A brief new Doom the Dark Ages soundtrack preview was featured in a recent social media teaser. The official franchise accounts have posted another unique look at the lever-action super shotgun, and more details on the unsynced glory kill system have been released throughout the past few weeks. Most people seem to have completely missed this high-quality clip of the OST that doesn't feature an overwhelming amount of background noise, so I'll go ahead and play that before we get into the combat information. Doom the Dark Ages will have glory kills, and they're a lot better than we initially thought. Confusion and misinformation has been spreading throughout the community, so today I wanted to try to clear things up by going over a few additional combat details that have been released in the time since the gameplay showcase aired. Starting with a quote from game director Hugo Martin that does a pretty good job of explaining exactly how the mechanic will work and what sort of benefits it offers over the system's previous iteration. For 10 years now, we've been trying to solve the problem of what happens when there are multiple demons staggered at the same time. By the time you play one synced glory kill, you turn to the other and he's already out of a stagger state. By leaning more on the physics part of our engine, we were able to polish that experience. You use your weapons of mass destruction, multiple enemies are staggered, and because the glory kills are unsynced, you can just move through them, taking them out with a variety of melee strikes. We have a pool of melee animations that the engine picks from, and so every one of them feels different. The general idea is that players will now have complete control over each individual glory kill, meaning that instead of watching the Slayer slice an enemy's arm off, you get to remove it yourself. Executions will look and feel different depending on the melee weapon you have selected and the angle that you initiate your strikes. Because the finishers are now unsynced, you will not only be able to change your positioning in the middle of a glory kill, but you'll also have the option to stop the finisher and move on to another staggered enemy. If several demons are all stunned while in close proximity to each other, players will have the option to take out the entire crowd at once. We don't exactly know how that system will work yet, but I'm sure that we'll learn more in the coming months. Faltering large groups of demons will now be easier than ever, as stronger monsters like the Cyber Demon will have devastating attacks that, if parried correctly, will send out a shockwave capable of instantly stunning every enemy in the area. This will give you the perfect opportunity to get up close and personal with faraway Hellspawn, which will be a necessity since the Dark Ages arsenal won't feature any scoped weapons or incredibly long-range rifles. You won't always have to engage in close quarters combat though. Even a crowd control blaster like the Skull Crusher will have an optional upgrade that drastically tightens the spread and presumably increases the overall range. It's difficult to determine exactly what this iteration of the gun does since it's only shown a single time during the exploration chapter of the gameplay showcase, but the solid barrel and condensed reticle suggest that it shoots larger bone fragments instead of small chunks. The standard Crusher can be seen launching searing skulls shortly after the fully upgraded weapon is shown. They only start to glow after a few enemies are killed, so this is likely some sort of damage enhancement that activates when a player eliminates a certain number of demons. The exploration clip also includes a more complete version of the HUD, featuring a fully modeled Doomslayer reaction face, dedicated controller bindings for every part of the toolkit, and even a few unknown abilities that might have something to do with the heavy impact spike mace and a shoulder-mounted machine gun. The shield saw appears to be controlled by 2 button inputs instead of just one, so the contextual combat system may have been split between 2 actions during the later stages of development. Additional Doom the Dark Ages enemies and weapon upgrades have been revealed. Click on the video that's on screen now to learn more. Thank you all so much for watching today's video, I hope you enjoyed it. That's pretty much all that I have for now though. Until next time.